He's done the research. He's analyzed the matchups. He's thought long and hard about this week's games. Real hard. Oh, it will get dirty, but he'll clean himself right up. And while she hates being in his videos, guess what? His wife's in this one, and she's loving it. Who is this guy that may not have all his ducks in a row? Well, it's none other than Commish Lish. Now, sit back and enjoy this week's show. Oh, it's gonna be a good one.
Mike B's checking his lineups, man.
Mike B's checking his lineups. Everyone, welcome to a special edition Phony Baloney and Friends video coming live from Friendsgiving. Not really live, you'll get this video later. Got Patty to my right, Mike P to my left. If you want to lean into the video to say, hey, he's setting his lineups over here.
It's tinkering.
All right, so I don't know what my record was last week. I'll have to do that in the next video, but I did write down some predictions before Thursday's games. I have RT over Bradley, Mike P over Sean. Sir. That actually looks all right, I think, after looking at the Thursday games. I got Mike G over DT. Yeah, I'm picking against the team. Picking against the team.
One T goes down.
I got Patty beating Kyle, and Kyle agrees with that after talking to him last night.
We all do.
Yep. I got Carrie Dunlap over Carrie Segroy. I got LT over Corey, and Darcy over Matt Snar.
Have you picked against LT yet this year?
Probably.
It didn't go well, did it?
No, she didn't like that very much. All right, so I got the panel here. We're going to just ask a couple of questions, drink a little on the rocks. So without further ado, first question I got for the guys is, we've seen the power rankings. We've seen the standings. Who's got the best team?
Go with Mike G, man. He's been at the top the whole year. He's getting LaShawn McCoy back. I think that's really been a lot of his three-game losing streak. He had LaShawn McCoy for half the game. He had a bye week in there. I think once he gets his full squad back, I still think he's the best.
I don't know. I think Mike G might peak too early. I think you can't really rely on Shady. He's always going to be injured this time of the year. So Mike G could have a rough going, just limping into the playoffs and be a high seed who I see losing early to somebody.
You got anyone in particular you like better than him, or you just don't really like
these right here, maybe?
Yeah. I don't know. I mean, I really like my team if Gronk would stay healthy. Gronk healthy. Jay Ajayi is tearing it up. He goes for 200 yards every week. So
I like Darcy's team, guys. I sat down and I looked at it. I went team one by one, and I thought Darcy has the best team. But that leads me to the next question. Are they consistent enough to win it all? And Darcy's team has been up and down. So I don't know that Darcy is consistent enough to win it all. I don't think she's got the experience to really tackle the playoffs, which is a big thing. What do you guys think?
I mean, when you get to the playoffs, consistency's tough, man. One bad week and you're out. And, it just takes 2 or 3 guys having off days when you get an early injury, anything like that. So I think consistency's tough in fantasy football. I think once you get to the playoffs, anyone can really beat anyone. But it's always good to go in with the strongest team and starting out the week at least.
Well, as a 2-time champion, don't you?
I can speak from experience, yes.
Yeah. All right. What about you?
I wasn't in this league when Patty won all those championships, so not too concerned about that.
Still looking up in the standings.
Yep.
That's fine.
It's fair.
Trying to peak at the right time.
All right, so we got some team comparisons now.
Can we just talk about that's classic Giants fan, man? Just regular season 8-8, going to win the Super Bowl, man. That's the strategy.
That's what he's looking
That's
for.
the strategy. It's not about how you.
Hey, guess what? I'm starting Eli this week.
You don't want to be like
How
the
do you feel
Panthers
about
and
that?
go 13-3 and lose in the Super Bowl.
Actually, it's 15-1.
Whatever. Even worse.
All right, we'll get into some team comparisons. I'll throw them up during the video, but these guys have them on their sheets here. So we got Team A and Team B in the first comparison. You can see the quarterback matchup, fairly even. Running back matchups looking fairly even as well. Who do you guys like here, Team A or Team B? Who do you think's got the better team? Just looking at the rankings.
You got to go with Team B just looking at the rankings, but I think this is the classic. The rankings are deceptive. You got the number 1 quarterback who hasn't been on that team for a while. You have the number 1 running back who we traded for also. So I would imagine this team's lacking some depth on the bench. I think one injury could really put this team in a bad spot, but just looking healthy team, I think Team B is probably better than Team A.
Yeah, that, and it's also, these are the season stats. And it's all about what have you done for me lately.
Yeah.
I'm guessing Team B's quarterback is Matt Ryan, and that guy historically has been terrible in the second half of the season. So Hopefully for everyone but RT, he just tanks this year, the rest of the year.
All right. Well, these teams are Team A is Mike G's team, and
Oh, wow.
Team B is RT's. So those would be Mike G, with David Johnson and McCoy there as his running backs. But let's move on to the next one. All right. Now we got Team A and Team B again. Look at it. There's a little bit more of a quarterback disparity there. Running backs fairly close. Kind of a large discrepancy at wide receivers. Now taking into consideration, like Mike P just said, this is season stats, so sometimes that could be related to injuries or not having a player for very long. But who do you like here out of Team A and Team B?
I mean, I think you got to go Team B here again. I mean, I think the 54 wide receiver makes me nervous. I mean, unless that's someone that's come back from injury and has only played a few weeks. I mean, once you get that, I mean, you're probably looking at most 4 or 5 points from that person. And I think that makes it tough to win consistently. I do like the number.
What if
one
I told
tight
you
end.
that wide receiver's Des Bryant?
Then I'd feel much better about that team.
Okay.
Yeah, the problem is this number 9 tight end, I think, is also Gronkowski. So this team looks awfully familiar number-wise, and I will take number 9 tight end who's missed half the freaking season, as long as he's healthy for my playoff run. Also, the number 10 running back might be Jay Ajayi, who's the number 1 the last month.
Yep.
So,
So Mike P obviously likes his own team.
Yeah.
So Team A and Team B, that is Kerry Dunlap is Team A, and then Team B is Mike P squad. All right, now the last one, we got Team A and Team B. Very large quarterback discrepancy there. You can see the running backs. And again, when I made these, I looked at people that were on bye, and because I didn't look at just this week's lineup. And then I went and looked and set essentially their optimal lineup based on the rankings. All right, so what do we think about Team A and Team B? Looking at the wide receivers, quarterback, and flex spots.
they both look pretty bad. Not good if you only have one player in the top 10.
Yeah, I mean, both teams look pretty rough. Say that running back 46 really makes me nervous in that flex spot there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. The tight end 21 also makes me nervous. I mean, when you have a tight end.
And
that's
can we go
21,
back to this, please? Because I'm pretty sure Team B over here in the last matchup has the number 1 defense, and that was left out.
Yeah, defenses and kickers weren't included.
But defense in this league wins a lot of games.
Mike P, you have the currently in your lineup the 22nd ranked defense.
Oh my.
I think
And
Minnesota was on a bye.
yeah, DT's actually got Minnesota.
That's
Wrong
too many
league.
leagues.
Anyways, just to give you a heads up, and just to let you know, in me and Mike G's matchup, I have the 5th ranked defense. He's got the 12th. So, anyways, what do we
these
think?
teams, man? Team
All
A
right.
is better.
Team A's better.
Really?
That's Patty's team. He's got Brady at QB. He's clearly not a QB 22.
22 QB Tom Brady.
Team B is Darcy's team. So these are 2 7-3 teams that look sorry.
Who is my tight end? That's
Aaron
21?
Ebron, man.
Oh, he's been hurt too, man. God, my team's so good.
Yeah. All right. Anyways, that's the matchups there. Hope y'all had fun with that. All right. Next we got let's talk playoffs a little bit here. All right. Playoffs. All right. So we got Kyle, Bradley, and Sean. Let's assume they're 3-7. None of them make the playoffs. Let's also assume all the 7-3 teams. There's 4 of them. Patrick, Darcy, Kerry Dunlap, and Mike G. Let's assume they all do make it. You got 7 teams vying for 3 more spots. Who gets in? Those 7 teams are all the T's. LT, RT, CT, DT. Then you got Mike P, Kerry Segroy, and Matt Starr. Kerry Segroy and Matt Starr being at 4 and 6. All the other teams being at 5 and 5. Which 3 teams make it?
Not the 4 and 6s, man. I
All
looked
right.
at them not just because they're 4 and 6. I looked at their teams. I don't think they have enough down there.
Okay.
So I'm gonna have to eliminate a T because I think Mike P's team is. I think they're hot. I think that team is moving on up.
All right. So you got
So
Mike
we're
P
gonna
in.
count Mike P in,
Okay.
and I think I'm gonna have to cut CT out.
His team's awful.
Sorry, CT, man.
Does he have a running back?
That's not you, CT. Who knows? But I mean, LT's team's good. RT's team we talked about, number 1 QB, number 1 running back. I think they'll be solid. And then DT, as long as that guy doesn't tinker too much. He likes to tinker. He likes to mess around.
Tinker so
He likes
bad.
to. He gets a lot of joy from having someone projected for a lot less and then going off and him having him in the starting lineup. I think.
What are your thoughts? I'll tell you guys mine.
I tell you who Mike P's putting in. Definitely Mike P. He loves his team, man.
I got
how
me,
we-
Mike P, and LT. And I'll tell you why. I got Bradley, Kerry Segroy, and Kyle left. 3-7, 4-6, 3-7.
Wait, I think I picked too many then. I think I had all 4. All right, DT's out too. RT.
I got Mike P because he's got Sean. Now he's got a tough matchup with Darcy. but he just said how he didn't like Team B in the last one.
No.
And then he's got LT, who she's 5-5 also. And then LT's got Core, whose team looks awful, Matt, who's 4-6, and then Mike P. So I think based on schedule, if you look at DT's schedule, he's still got Jer and Darcy left to play. 2-7-3 teams.
That LT Mike P matchup last week could be huge.
It could be
That's
huge.
the last week of the
Yep.
season? Oh, that could be massive.
Right. So that's why, I think, I agree eliminating the 4-6 teams. They also have tough schedule. They really have to win out, and there's 1 or 2 games on their schedules that they probably won. So, all right, I got a little surprise for everyone here. Take a little breather for a second. Y'all enjoy the sun. I got to run to the car real quick.
Yeah, so while this is going on, we are just heating up the oil to deep fry a turkey. Patrick actually needs to go and press the starter button in about a minute or two.
I got it right now.
Oh, boy.
My. Oh, this is a treat. This is.
We got a trophy for the league now, guys. We got a trophy. On it, we got Patrick's name twice.
I'll take
We got
that.
Bradley's
Thank
name
you.
twice. Sorry you don't get to hold on to it for too long, because at the end of the year, assuming you don't win it all, you might.
Assuming
But,
Darcy doesn't, I'll still hang on to it in that case, too.
That's fair. Anyways, so we got a trophy now for the league this year. Phony Baloney and Friends got the previous winners.
Team
on
names
there.
included
Team
also. I like
names.
that.
Team name, and the year that they won. We'll just champions will always go up top here, and then that person will move down, and we'll just keep rotating around. I can always order a new base to get a new base added as the years go on, or we can add around to the back and stuff. But just wanted to reveal to everyone there is now a trophy. So in case you were forgetting on what you were playing for, not only the cash, but this, to be able to hold this over everyone's heads. So
At least you can't hold it over anyone's heads.
that's fair. All right. So that's the surprise. If you didn't watch the video, I apologize. And if you didn't watch the video, you will never ask for the trophy, and you'll never know that there was one. All right. So how do you make a good fantasy football lineup? What did the team sitting at 3-7 really do wrong this year? I think my first instinct, looking at Kyle and Sean at the beginning of the year, or beginning of the draft, they were both 1-2 in the draft. They went 3 wide receivers.
Yeah.
Sean's probably biggest problem was maybe he went on his honeymoon, didn't set his lineup for 3
Getting
weeks.
married
Yeah.
ruins things.
Idiot.
That's true. His team doesn't look so bad. Russell Wilson's coming on a little bit. Plus, he has Dak Prescott. But yeah, I know I benefited from a win with him not setting a lineup.
I
That's for
think
sure.
one thing that's been weird this year is the waiver bar. I feel like, there's not that big key injury where someone's going to all of a sudden be getting all the carries this year. I mean, Jay Ajayi is probably the best example of someone who's really benefited from an injury. But
Don't remind Bradley. He dropped him to pick up Tennessee defense
yep.
and
Who got
still
Jay
lost by
Ajayi?
30. And then Mike P had number 1 waiver.
I mean, you talk about preseason rankings. That guy, everyone's saying he's not going to do anything. He's been terrible in preseason, and then
He didn't
you
even
get one
scratch.
injury.
He was a healthy scratch to week
Yeah,
1.
but then, I mean, as far as waivers go, there haven't really been any great waiver ads this year. I mean, you got AP going down, but no one wants either of their running backs. I mean, you got...
Well, Kyle starts both of them every week.
Yeah, well, that explains.
That's what we
Is
do.
he
Right?
3-7?
He's 3-7.
Yeah, so that's how you make a bad team.
Yeah. Okay.
Sean also has way too many Cleveland Brown players on his team, which I don't mind, but he actually benched 1 or 2 of them this week against me, which is disappointing. Sean probably won't watch this video, so I'll go ahead and say it. We'll see if Eddie Royal... Giants always give up points, so he's got him on his bench. But yeah, Sean's
So bad.
just not good.
I think the key is, I mean, you got to get running back. It's still about the running backs, I feel like. You still get top running backs. I mean, they're the most consistent week in and week
Yeah.
out.
Yeah, if you look at the
Matthews
top
being-
teams.
Matthews being terrible for the Eagles. He's had 1 good week all season for Sean, and he was probably on Sean's bench that week.
Probably.
So, it's just hit or miss. I hope Sproles is better than Matthews this week.
Well, and if you look at the top teams, right, Mike G, he's got David Johnson, LaShawn McCoy. Then I can't remember whose team it might be. Kerry Dunlap's. Either Lamar Miller and Hill, and then Melvin Gordon. And then you got Patty's got Freeman, and then either Hyde or Jonathan Stewart. And then Darcy, she's got Elliott, and then anywhere between Doug Martin, Terrence West, or Procise moving forward. So they all have that one stud running back that's done well. And if you look at like Court, he's 5-5, but we all don't like his team because he's got no running backs.
Oil's at 250, everyone. Getting close.
Spicy. All right. Now let's talk like trades in fantasy football. I just want to touch on this a little bit. Some of us have made trades, but why don't people make more trades? What do you think that reason is? Like in fantasy football, why don't people
Nobody trusts anybody.
trust?
True, man. You got a guy with one good week, and then, I mean, you don't want to give him up after that good week. 'Cause you're like, maybe this is going to be going forward. But
I offered like 15 trades the first 3 weeks of the year. 1 or 2 of them I thought were decent offers.
1 of 2 of 15.
You offered me Lacey for Ingram.
I was
I'm
giving
glad I
away
didn't do
Lacey
that.
for a bunch of people.
You just knew he was going to get injured, huh?
No, I just don't like having wide receiver, quarterback, or running back, quarterback combo. I liked Lacey, and where I was picking, I had to take him. But
Yeah, I mean, beginning of season, you've already gone through, the draft. You picked the guy that you thought was going to be better anyway. So you don't want to trade for someone that got drafted after him.
Right.
Then you get into the middle of the season, and you're like, well, these guys had a couple bad weeks, but I expect them to turn it around. And then trade deadline comes up, it's too late. Man.
I also tried to unload Calvin Benjamin to a bunch of Panthers fans, even though they all really, to your face, will say how great he is. But none of them wanted him on their team because they all know that the Panthers are just not good.
Yeah, and I think also the other thing is like people are worried that if they make the trade, they'll make the wrong trade. They're not willing to risk it. They, like you said, they have a good week, so they hold on to him thinking like, I know there's more weeks to come, and they don't want to trade him right before they get hot. But they also, they're worried about injuries. Like, oh, if I trade this guy and then get injured, I'm sorry, Carrie, I traded you. I had no idea Jacquizz Rodgers was gonna have that injury, and then he went down.
But
that's
if he
what
had known,
happened.
he still would have made the trade, for what it's worth.
I also think in fantasy, I feel like, I don't want our team to change, our league to change this rule. I feel like in fantasy, trades happen more often in keeper leagues than in non-keeper leagues, and I like that our league's not a keeper league. We do have some stupid rules like our flex position, not being able to play a tight end, which is just dumb, but everything else is pretty good.
I think, I mean, the only trade you see happen are if someone has an extra player that's on their bench, and like they have 4 wide receivers and they can only start 3 of them, then you're willing to trade for a running back, something like that. I think position for position you see more, but
All right, so let's talk about some interesting storylines in the NFL. It was brought up by Mike P earlier to talk about this one.
Oh yeah, where does everybody think Romo's going to be next year? Bench of the Cowboys, starting for the Cowboys, Chicago Bears. They were talking
Cleveland
about
Browns
today.
always need a quarterback.
They got RG3, man.
Cleveland Browns always need a quarterback.
Yeah.
What about Houston? Brock Osweiler is awful.
Yeah, but they just paid a lot of money for him. They're not giving up on him that quickly.
It has to be good.
LA, they can't.
They got
Unless
Goff.
there's a coaching, if there's a coaching change, he could go there. But Fisher drafted Goff #1. Can't give up on him yet.
And after not seeing him play a game, we'll see how he does this
The
week.
Jets.
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 That's not a bad guess.
JTS, Jets. Do you think Romo can handle the limelight of New York?
No, only great quarterbacks like Eli Manning can handle
Yeah.
the media of New York
You had
City.
to ask. You had to ask.
Oh gosh. Yeah. What about Mariota and Carr this year? Were you
Yeah.
surprised or?
No, I think Carr. I'm not surprised by Carr. Mariota, I think I am. I thought he was a couple more years away. I thought he was going to be good, but I just didn't think they had the team around him yet. But I mean, he's been killing it.
DeMarco Murray. Having Murray is huge,
Yep.
and then
Moving on from Philly, coming there and really
But you look at his receivers. I mean, who's he got?
Kendall Wright, Tajay
Matthews.
Sharp.
Yeah.
Matthews. All he does is get
Sharp,
touchdown
yeah.
passes.
I mean, so he got a good tight end there, but I don't know. He's been killing it, man. Better than I expected.
All right, what kind of bold predictions you got for the rest of the fantasy year or the rest of the NFL season? 2 of mine are, I think Core ends up with a worse record than Kyle. I think Kyle finishes the season at 5-8, and I think has the tiebreak over Core, who I think is going to lose out and finish at 5-8 also.
Oh, all right. You said you had 2. That's number 1.
That's number 1. The next one, even though in the beginning of this video, if you watched it, I predicted Mike G to win this week. My bold prediction is Mike G loses out.
Oh my. Mike G is not going to
Because he's got Patty and Carrie Dunlap left to play.
This is the definition of Lich
That's
logic.
Lich logic. That is
You-
Lich logic. He picks Mike G to
Hedging your
lose.
bets.
Bold prediction, Mike G.
He loses
The
out.
other one's just a
Eventually,
regular
yes.
prediction. This one's like a bold.
Oh, that's
It
bold.
just doesn't make sense.
What do you guys got?
I got 1 NFL and 1 fantasy.
All right.
Fantasy. I think a female is going to win the league this year. First time ever. And I think that's bold.
Got two females sitting at 7-3. You got
LT that
LT
could
at
win
5-5,
it.
and
Yep.
Carrie Segroy's not out of the playoffs yet. She's 4-6. She can make it in.
Not going to be her. One of the other three. And then NFL prediction: Panthers make the playoffs. You heard it here first. They're turning this thing around. 4 losses on last-second field goals. 3 made by the other team. 1 missed by the Panthers. Turn those around. They're 8-2. Panthers make the playoffs.
What you got,
Luke get
Mike?
well soon.
I think these bold predictions by these two are just terrible. Panthers are not making the playoffs. RT is picking someone to lose out who he picked 15 minutes ago to win. I don't know who's going to win the fantasy league. I don't see the Panthers making the NFL playoffs. I see the Packers storming back. Here's my bold prediction, I am winning this fantasy league. Packers storm back, make the playoffs. Aaron Rodgers not only carries the Packers to the playoffs, he carries me to this trophy.
There you go.
If Gronk stays
So
healthy,
close
that's
yet
pretty
so
close.
far away, right?
If Gronk stays healthy, that's my bold prediction there. I think Romo's gone. He can't stay in Dallas and sit the bench.
No, he's gone.
Do you think he's gone by the end of the year, or you think
No.
he's gone after the year?
After the year, they're going to trade him for like a 3rd-round pick, 2nd-round pick, or something. He's gone.
Well, guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope you enjoyed the big reveal. Patty, he's going to go take his trophy now. Best of luck to
another
everyone this
thing.
week.
Clearly, we have a sexist commissioner here. We have 2 members of the league just sitting in the house. RT made him stay inside cooking food.
They're setting up the food. They're
Yeah.
setting up the food.
Wouldn't let him be part of the
Hey,
panel.
hey, we got it. Us men got to eat. You know what I mean? Us men got to eat. Hey, it's the country we're living in now these days.
Trump's America.
Hashtag not my president. All right, guys. Hope you enjoyed. That's it for the video. I hope you stuck with it the whole way. Thank you to my co-host this week.
It's going to be
Patty
a long
and
one. I'm
Mikey.
glad I don't have to watch it. I'm glad
Yes.
I missed it.
All right, y'all take care. Best of luck to everyone. I hope DT beats Mike G for my bold prediction.